Okay, let's go.
Hi, welcome. I do know and recognize that this is probably not the best place. It's not the time to be taking this video because not only are there kids making noise or whatever, but my first year experience. So, short background story. I am from Joburg. Live with my grandmother essentially. That's basically the background story you need. So I applied, of course, to VITS and UCT and eventually decided to go to UCT because my dream was psychology at the time. And then I got apply, results came out on that day. VITS was the first to give me, VITS or UJ was the first to give acceptance of sorts. And then the rest came later. UCT came later on that day and I cried. I had to pay a fee for adverts and stuff. And it felt like the deadline was coming closer and closer. And my grandmother was leaning more towards me going to VITS than UCT. And my mom was just like, just follow your dream. Do what you want to do. But at the same time, also heard she was more, I prefer you stayed, but do what you want to do kind of energy, So, eventually the VITS thingy gave me a deadline. I didn't reach the deadline. And then now I was just left with my one option, UCT. And then someone said, oh no, you don't have to pay anything. NSS will pay in due time. All you need to do is just go and go through the process. And also first year on board, whatever that was going on at UCT. So they were like, you need to be here on this day, around the 28th, 9th of January or month later on, I don't know. Month end-ish. I don't really know. I don't really remember the dates. This was in 2023. So then now we're like, okay, we're going. Ticket is bought. Things are being bought because, of course, we have no knowledge of what kind of res I'm gonna live in or anything of that nature. Also, I hadn't really done my research on the res. I think it was also because I didn't really actually believe that I was actually going. It hadn't clocked or clicked. So the only reses I was aware of were Fuller and UCR. So now the only residences I know are the upper campus residences. I didn't even really look much into it. I was just I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see how it's what it is. So then I get there. So then I take the bus and I go to Cape Town. My parents are checking in. My friends are checking in. That ride was the longest ride of my life. Actually, those hours in that bus, crazy. I didn't feel any sort of fear or anything of that nature. I was just fine. I was okay. And then at some stops, I was getting off just for fresh air and stuff. And then eventually I got to Cape Town. My mom's, I don't know, they go to church together. Here in Joburg, but he was in Cape Town because his family home is somewhere in Cape Town. Came with his dad and they got me and then they took me to UCT. Oh no, they were gonna get me. And then when we were there, the SRC was like, oh no, students should get on this jammy and go to campus straight. So then I had to take all my luggage into that shuttle and go to campus. So then I said my goodbyes to them. It was my first time meeting them. So I met them, spoke to them for a bit as we're waiting for the shuttle, eventually said goodbye, and then got on the jammy and left. And then I got off at Upper Campus. It was a weird, strange experience because I didn't know the place at all. And I was just what is this place? I have all of this luggage because I took so much money in my luggage. I have an iron, kettle, I have all my clothes, bedding. Heck, I even took curtains with me because we just didn't know. We just didn't know sheets, everything except the pillow. No, I did take a pillow, guys. I took everything. So then I get there and in line, it's in. So then there was a separate line. You needed to put your luggage here. Everyone's luggage just there. There's just suitcases, just box go hot it it's full. Okay, then I go. I put my luggage. I leave it there, and I go. The line is long. Yeah, that line was long. It started at Sports Center and it was going down, 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 down. That was just and it was hot. And I'm tired because I've been traveling for hours, and here I am. I stand in the line. I met two friends that day, 2-3 friends. Spoke to them through and through. Went in, like, did the whole thing on PeopleSoft, sat, like, step by step, and everything was just being done, everything. And then eventually I had to do, then there was a line to, like, get your student card done. But, like, before I got to that, I went to the bathroom to go put my lenses in, because I was like, okay, I need to put my lenses in for this picture, because if I don't and I'm wearing my glasses, then I can't see the camera, because that's what happened with my ID. So when I get there, I meet a girl. We'll call her Daisy. We're calling her Daisy because I don't know if Daisy would like to be mentioned. But anyway, we'll call her Daisy. So I meet Daisy and I see her and she's doing like highlights and stuff. And I'm just like, hey. She's like, hey. And then just put my stuff in and I left. When I come out, people are like, oh yeah, no, someone came and helped other people and allocated res. And I'm like, oh, I must almost like, because I did not have res. When I left home, I did not have res. Stupid move. Let's call it blind faith. So then I look for her, whoever it is, I go look for her and I find her and I sit down and we're talking, and then she asks like for my details and stuff, and then asks me what res I want to go to, and I'm like, any. In my head, I'm thinking, I don't know what you're talking about, babe. So really, literally any. I just need a place to stay because I'm from Joburg and I don't know anyone in Cape Town. Because I didn't. And then, not too long after, I got my confirmation and stuff, and I needed to accept res offer, whatever, and it was for Avenue Road residents. So then I go into the line, back to where I was with my friends, and eventually everything is done. I also had to get like little pictures taken, and stuff, and then that was done. Now, with this done, there was actually a girl I low-key knew, but I didn't know. It was more like she was my mom's friend's cousin of sort. I don't know. But like I had already spoken to her like a bit on and off, and she had told me that she was also allocated rates and everything because she did the whole registration the day or 2 days before, not really sure. So then her res is different from my res in terms of like structure and stuff. But anyway, so then when I went outside and I was like done and stuff, she was there and she came with like, I don't know if like they were like more her friends or like brothers. I didn't really know. I don't really remember. But I don't know if like they were just people who just met. I don't really recall. But anyway, they helped put my stuff in the shuttle, and because now the shuttle is taking us to where we live and everything. So then we get off, the shuttle takes us to Forest Hill, get off at Forest Hill, walk up, get into Avenue Turf. And I get there and I'm thinking, okay, yeah, whew. Only to get them, and like I found a line, and other people with luggage, and I'm like, Sam. So then the girl and everyone else that helped me with my stuff leaves because like I actually couldn't carry it alone. They leave, and so then now I'm sitting there for like hours, and then they come out and they tell us, oh no, like there's actually no more space. I said, no more space. How? But okay, but like still at that time, like I'm not necessarily like or anything. I'm just like, see your line moving and stuff. So I'm like, okay. So now we're in line and they're like, okay, no, take out your student cards and your email, like showing that you're actually supposed to be here. And I take those out, I'm in line, and then I hear the girl in front of me or behind me, I don't really remember, in front of me talking to someone else saying, oh my god, her phone is about to die. And I remember, I have a power bank. So then I offer her my power bank. Ironically, this girl in front of me is Daisy. I clocked that she was Daisy when I was offering her my power bank. So then I bought her my power bank and stuff, and Daisy's using it. And then eventually like we head to a different section of the line, and then we're sitting on chairs now, and then now they're handing out papers like, this is your room number, this like that. It's already written on there. All you need to do is write your name and stuff. And then it just so happened that the person that was sitting next to me would be my roommate, and that was Daisy. So then whole of 2023, Daisy was my roommate, and my friend were in the same friend group. Like that friend group we met on the same day we arrived. We met our friends the same day we arrived, and then we were like friends in 2023. Although like we're not like tight like that anymore, which I am tight with like a few individuals, but not like everyone from like that friend group, which like happens. So that was my experience. And then the next day was the beginning of a week, like different things were happening on campus and at Riz, and also turned out I didn't need half the things I had. I didn't need the curtain, I didn't need the kettle, because they're like the boilers. Yeah, so I didn't need a lot of things that I had with me. Also my things didn't necessarily fit, because like I have a double bed most at home, and when I got there it was single beds and stuff, and also I didn't have the time to buy new bedding, so I just took like the new bedding I had here that I was planning on using for my bed. I got there, the sheet was big and the comforter was big, but like I used it anyway. Eventually I got like proper bedding, FYI. But yeah, so that was how I handled my UCT experience. So now to first years that like are stressing about going to UCT and all of that, especially if you're like going alone. If you are in first year, you are most likely going to go to a catering res. My res was catering, so I didn't need like pots and pans or anything of that nature. But because UCT, sometimes it gets too full in those reses, and then some first years this year were actually, in 2024, were actually placed in self-catering reses. So that was crazy. But normally first years go into catering reses. So yeah, really all you need is yourself, faith. Your bedding, pillows, clothes, adapter and stuff, a laptop. With regards to a laptop, my laptop stopped working when I got to Cape Town. It didn't stop working, it just didn't connect to Room. So I needed to get a new laptop because that laptop wasn't working. So I got a new laptop and was deducted from my book allowance since I'm under NS5. So it's supposed to deduct for 2 years. So that's first year and second year. Yeah, that's how it works. So I did get a new laptop. It was so crazy actually, because when my laptop died, stopped connecting to, like when my laptop didn't want to connect to Room, my phone died. And so I could only reach my parents through my friends' phones. But like eventually I got my laptop and phone fixed, so that was good. But yeah, that's my experience, like arriving. Now I'm going to get into my first year experience. So my first year at UCT. So as already previously mentioned, I had a roommate called Daisy. We were cool, super chilled, all of that. But I got closer to someone else. I'm not sure if she'd want to be mentioned. I don't think she'd mind, but anyway, so I got close to someone else. We'll call her Sugar Plum. That's because that's my nickname for her. So I got closer to Sugar Plum. Literally spent almost all my hours in Sugar Plum's room. I shared a lot of courses with Sugar Plum, so that was easy to handle. And also because now you're in varsity, now you're exploring ideas of love languages, expressing yourself, communicating. Things were just very easy with Sugar Plum. Like it wasn't hard. Like it was just easy. And yeah. So I got closer to her. We're still friends till date, like a booty hole. Anyway, so with that, your school. So basically at UCT, if you're in the humanities faculty, you need 8 courses in first year. So 4 in first semester, 4 in second semester. So at that time, I was doing psychology, sociology, religious studies, and word power. That was my first semester. That went well. It went fine. Of course, like my advice is gonna be cliche and say like, listen, uni is not the same as high school. You might excel, you might drop. Really, give it your all, give it your best. If your best is not enough, sometimes that's okay. Tell you did your best. Just try harder, work smarter. Like don't be too hard on yourself, but like also at the same time, I'm not saying now don't study. No, just like you're human, breathe, and do your schoolwork. So that was my first semester. Week at Reyes was beautiful. There were like different events at Riz. That was fun. It like helped us like meet new people, even though it wasn't like necessarily like that. It was just like my friends and I at the time were just like enjoying whatever we could, exploring whatever we could, and that was fun. So yeah, man, I'm not really going to dive into the tiny bits and personal parts of my experience because that's not what you want. Okay, that's not what I want to give out. Period. But yeah, so that was first year, 4 courses. In second semester, it was psych again, religious studies, and I forgot. Genuine information systems. Yeah, that was the pits. But that's a story for another day. But just know that it made me cry a lot. My advice is like be yourself. Like try getting out of your comfort zone. Like initiate conversation, explore. Talk to people. Also, the people you meet on the first day or during the first week, you might not be friends with at the very end, or you might. It really just depends on how each of you guys grow and like your true colors, in a sense, if your true colors match, or if like there's synergy, or like you guys click and there's a connection of sorts, or something of that nature. So yeah, like explore different things. Don't limit yourself to one thing. Be careful, stay safe. First year, man, it was, I think first year for me wasn't as emotionally challenging as second year. But it is challenging, I guess, because you're away from home, you're in a new environment, you will most likely feel alone. It happens, you'll feel overwhelmed. Also, depending on the relationship you have with your parents, like, if you're the kind that like calls your parent like every day or talks to them like every day, every hour, you probably won't feel as alone because they're literally there in every breath. But still, you're like away from home, you're away from things you're used to. Culture shocks, multiple culture shocks when you get there, but at the same time, you learn and unlearn a lot of things, and you just adapt and adjust and grow as a being. That is what I'd say was my first year. Growth, realization, learning, unlearning, adapting, accepting change. Yeah. And often the time things don't go the way you want them to, but you make it work and you move. I've had my downs, my really, really low lows, and I've had my high highs, and I've had my straight lines, So really don't compare yourself to anyone. Yeah, don't compare yourself to anyone. And if you find people or someone that makes you feel less of a person than you are, then stay the hell away from that person. Know your worth, find your worth, value yourself, value you. Find people who value you and see you as the gem that you are, essentially. And don't try to dim your light or try changing for people. Don't do that. I mean, of course, in life, when you learn different things, you adapt certain things, but you don't do it because of other people. You just learn along the way, So there's that. And also in life, you're the main character of your own story. The book, if life is a book, you're the main character of your own story. You have your own chapters, you have your own pages. So does everyone else. In your life, they may seem like NPCs, others may seem like side characters, others may be love interests, whatever. And the genre may be romance, the genre may be horror, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's your book. You are in control. You are the main character. So the decisions you take will affect you later on in life, and they will affect you currently. So do what makes you happy, but do what you want, what you need, that makes you happy, and that is important. And don't compare. Don't look at someone else's story and be like, oh, maybe I should. No, babe. No. We're all different. We're all seeking different things in life. And you're from different backgrounds. That's another thing. Sometimes because you're from different backgrounds, you may clash in some things, and some people may just be stuck up, or some people may just not yeah. So just always remember that not everyone will be the same as you or the people you're used to, or from the same background or same tax bracket. And so some people may act funky wonky. Those are the people you need to cut off, essentially. If someone makes you feel less of a person than you are because of any reason, be it looks, weight, angazi, finance, literally anything, then you need to cut them. Cut it. Cut them out your life. You don't need them. You need people that make you feel good, people that make you feel amazing, people that boost your glow, your radiance, people that add onto, people that don't subtract, ideally. It mustn't feel like a drag to be around someone. It mustn't feel to be friends with someone, Yeah. And eventually you do find your own people that you can call family. Might not happen early, it might happen early. Life is different for everyone. Even my book is not the same as your book. My ups are not your ups. My lows are not your lows. You know what I mean? So have fun. Love yourself. Value yourself. Prioritize your schoolwork. Take care of your mental health. That's very important. Let me get into that. Take care of your mental health. Your mental space is very important. If you don't, you'll be in shambles. So take care of yourself, your mental space, your health, schoolwork, friendships. Be very intentional. Be very intentional. I think in life, we should be intentional in every relationship, in every situation. With everything, just be intentional and you'll be okay. I mean, of course, you won't be okay, but the ride will be smoother. Yeah? I sincerely do hope that you make the most out of the time you have there. Whichever, institution you're in, make the most out of everything. Be happy, stay happy, try being happy. Don't shy away from asking for help. Don't shy away from seeking out psychological help if you feel overwhelmed or if your mental space just isn't great. Don't shy away from that. There will always be people that are always ready to help. Do not stay silent. Don't suffer in silence. Don't suffer in silence. Real gangsters don't, in fact, move in silence. Anyway, have fun, stay happy, be happy. I hope you enjoy your ride. And I hope you make it safely from first year till the very end. Have a nice day, and a nice life, a nice year, a nice everything.